An application.
Yes.
Court is calling 2024 CR 2499 State versus Otilio Ruiz. Can I have parties announce?
Jason Garrett here for the state, Your Honor.
John St. Heiners for defense.
And are you Mr. Ruiz?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, ma'am, I did. Yes, ma'am, I have.
Mr. Oh, no problem. All right, so off the record for a moment. On his application for deferred adjudication,
Yes, Your Honor.
is there any objection to the court adding the last name Ruiz?
No, Your Honor.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome. All right, we'll go back on the record. Mr. Ruiz, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication with your attorney? And did
Yes,
you
I did, ma'am.
understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do waive the waiver. You
State-
do waive the reading.
Thank you. State, it appears that you're proceeding on the indictment as presented.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Ruiz, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? And state, if you need to be at your table to continue,
Thank you, Judge.
thank you.
Thank
Did you understand you're charged with injury to the child of a child or elderly or disabled person, bodily injury as a third-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney? Just 1 second. We're back on the record. Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Mr. Ruiz, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at a $500 fine. The state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, I did.
And also, I'm unsure, I think this is family violence case, is that correct?
No, it's criminal trial division, Judge.
Somebody else did the paperwork for me, Judge.
Ah,
You can ask
okay.
me, like, open it up, yeah.
All right, no problem. I was just wondering because I was wondering whether or not there's an affirmative finding of family violence,
No,
but
no,
I see
there's
there
not.
isn't.
No, this is not a family. Judge.
Okay. All right, you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is that the plea?
It is, Judge.
State is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph?
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, ma'am. No, Judge, there has not.
All right, outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be 120 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Conrado Espinoza, that's CONRADO, and the APSE course. Did you understand that those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Something.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor, city exhibit number 1 with all of its attachments.
No objections, Judge.
All right, did you review the waiver with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate
Yes, I
places?
did.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, I.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge, we are.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. First off, my client is the primary breadwinner for the family. He's the only one working. He has 4 children and 1 on the way. He would ask the court, if considering all these facts, if they would be willing to probate the fine.
Okay. All right, anything you want to say? What have we learned from this? What we've learned is that if you're walking in the middle of the street or if you're driving and someone honks their horn at you, you do not follow them to their home. And this was an elderly gentleman. I bet you were not expecting a dog to come out and come to his defense. What type of dog was it?
Pitbull.
All right. So you had a round with a pit bull that was protecting his owner. And how many times did the pit bull bite you?
3 times.
And where did the pit bull bite you?
My ankle and my thigh.
Was it painful?
Yeah.
I bet you won't do that again, will you? See, so here's the thing. All of this that happens out here with people driving or people walking and people honking their horns at you, you got to let that go. And you can't be following somebody to their residence because you never know what could have happened. And your attorney is telling me that you have children. That could have easily went one, maybe you got rabies and died, or maybe the pit bull could have ended up killing you. Then who would be taking care of your children? All right.
Yes.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. There's a $500 fine that'll be probated,
Thank you, Judge.
2 years deferred adjudication. What do you do for a living?
Diesel mechanic.
Okay. Proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. 120 hours of community service restitution. I'm gonna order parenting classes. Once he completes parenting classes, 60 of those hours will be deemed satisfied. And our order defensive driving. And once he completes that, the remaining of the 60 hours will be deemed satisfied.
Thank you, Judge. It's more than generous.
There's to be no contact with Conrado Espinoza. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. And there'll be field visits, one time per month for 2 months. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, we can go off the record. In this court, communication is key to be successful. If you have an issue, let probation know about it. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court.
Yeah, you can call me
Right.
too.
Okay.
And please tell me, Deputy Laura, I'm hoping they didn't put the pit bull down.
No.
Oh, they
Yeah,
did not?
No, that's good.
Okay. All right, good luck to you.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
Yeah. You know, you something, print it out. Sure. Thanks, man.